is the revelation of Jesus Christ. Read on.
Verse 14. His head and his ears were white like wool.
They're asking, does this man have wool hair? No. So that's strike one. This man cannot be Jesus because he doesn't have wool hair. But the Bible says his head and his hair were what?
White like wool.
Is wool a color or a texture? Wool is a texture. So wool definitely, this man does not have wool hair. This image, we're not saying this is a picture or an image of Jesus the Christ. But based on the description given to us in the Holy Bible, Jesus would look more like this, the Son of Man, than this. Alright? So we're saying now, Jesus Christ is not a Caucasian. Go to the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. Give us the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. What we're teaching, ladies and gentlemen, that we are the Israelites, God's chosen people. And we have to act as such. We have to act as God's chosen people. We have to act as the Israelites. That's what we're saying. We weren't called to be Roman Catholic. We weren't called to be Pentecostals, Anglicans, no Jehovah Wickedness. We weren't called to be that. We were called to be the Israelites according to the Holy Bible. Read that.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
What's up, sir? Is this Jesus Christ? Miss, is this Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Hold on, miss. Just a minute, please. Does the Bible describe Jesus Christ as this man? Sorry? But you know Jesus Christos no nido. Jesus Christos no brango. Right. But is this Jesus Christos? No, this is not Jesus Christos. But Jesus Christos have a description in the Holy Bible. Wait, watch this. Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his ears were white like wool.
Christ's head and his ears were white like wool. Wool. Does this man have wool? Wool texture? You have wool here. He has wool here. I have wool here. She has wool here. This man doesn't have wool here. Watch this. Verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his ears were white like wool, as white as snow. Really? And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet.
His what?
Feet.
His feet.
Like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
Now Jesus Christ's feet was brown as if it's burned in a furnace. Does this man have burnt feet? No, he doesn't. This man is not Jesus Christ. That's what we're teaching. We're the children of Israel, Deuteronomy 28. We're the children of Israel, God's chosen people. But because we disobey God's laws and his commandments, God put a curse on us. Let me say that again. God put a curse on us for breaking his commandments. We're supposed to be the greatest on the face of the earth, yet still we are the most liars. We're the biggest thieves. We're the wickedest murderers. We just heard that someone lost their life in Sweets this morning. A brother killing a brother. How could that be? If you have the Spirit of Christ in you, you cannot be killing your own brother. No, that's not happening. So what we're teaching here, this is not Jesus Christ. You agree with me, sis? What's that, Davin? Jesus Christ does not look like this. You agree with me? Jesus Christ is a black man. Jesus Christ will more look like this. Are you with me? You have an image of Jesus Christ driving you. You should be privileged today.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Start at verse 1.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Christ said, if we keep his commandments, he will set thee above all nations on the face of the earth. We're tired of being below. We want to be above. We want to be on the highest of heights. That's the Most High God's status for us. Why are we at the bottom of the table? Because we broke his commandments. Read that again.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass if thou shalt, Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Hearken means to listen. If you hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to listen to the commandments, to listen to the Holy Bible, read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
Some of his commandments.
All his commandments.
A few of his commandments.
All his commandments.
Read.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Go down to verse 15. It's a flip side. If we don't keep God's commandments, we're going to pay the price for it. But if we keep God's commandments, he's going to set us on high. But if we don't keep his commandments, what will happen? Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Excuse me, sir. You know this is not Jesus. No, seriously. If I show you the description, Jesus Christ looked like my brother here. Hold on, watch this, watch this. Let's get the description of Jesus Christ in the Holy Bible. Watch this. Revelation chapter 1.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14.
We're in the book of Revelation. Give me chapter 1 and verse 1 first. Read.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revealing of Jesus Christ. How Jesus Christ look. We're going to do a question and answer. Meanwhile, you answer me. Watch me now. Read. Verse 14.
Verse 14. His head.
His head. Come a little closer. Come on the road. His head.
His head and his ears were white like wool.
Christ had white woolly hair. What? We have wool here. He have wool here. He have wool here. Does this man have wool here? So, strike one. He now have the hair that Christ have. What hair Christ have again?
His head and his ears were white like wool, as white as snow.
Christ had wool hair as white as snow. Christ had gray hair, gray beard. Jump down to verse 15.
Verse 15. And his feet.
His what?
His feet.
When you look down at Christ's feet, because Christ was wearing sandals. Read.
Like unto fine brass.
His feet was like fine brass. A brownish. What color brass is? Brown. Brass. The brass penny. The queen brass. Gold. Read.
As if they burn in a furnace.
If you were to burn that brass, what color will it turn? You ever turn what? So is this man black? No, serious thing. Because for over 500 years, people have been telling us, the white man told us that Christ looks like him. Now we are realizing Christ does not look like the white man. He stole our identity. Christ is a black man just like you. So what we do now, we don't know Christ look like us, so we go around killing one another, hating one another, fighting one another. But when we see a black brother, like the two of y'all hanging out together, that's blessings right there.